Welcome to Oblivion Blackout. The world has fallen to zombies. But who cares? Cute guy! We're gonna do a crime! And he's watching us sleep. That's normal. Anyway, here are your content warnings. I know he's hot, but this game does get pretty intense. It finally happened. After 3 years of agony, it all came to an end. It feels so unreal, so oniric. But now that you're holding her ashes in your hands, reality hits you like a train. Except you're actually riding inside the train. No one speaks. Nobody moves for you. Their stares say it all. Discomfort, pity, straight up indifference. You pull your phone from your pocket and scroll through your contacts, hitting up the first number on your list. Dad doesn't pick up. That's my dad! Hello? Father? You hang up when the voicemail kicks in. Switching to your messaging app, the screen's flooded with all your unanswered text. You good? Miss you. Can we talk? Happy birthday. Dad, you don't gotta call. Just say something. Know any good therapist? Please, answer me. You type a new message. Mom's dead. You don't send it. After struggling with your old lock, you step inside and place the ashes on the table. For a moment, you just stand there, staring at the urn. Part of you expects something to happen, the phone to ring, someone to knock, but nothing. You lose track of time until you finally drag yourself to your mom's room. Before going in, you glance back. Mom's dead. You say it aloud this time, barely a whisper, like speaking it might trigger something, mostly to see if you can feel something. But for some reason, you can't. You collapse onto the bed as soon as you're inside. You've got raccoon eyes. You haven't slept in 3 days. Still, brain rot calls, so you open your favorite social media app. First video, a kid doing kitten stuff. Second, some weird dude swearing he saw his doppelganger. Third, this has got to be a joke. It's your dad. The legendary, self-proclaimed Jamie Trejo. Jamie Trejo? After 2 years, the lights are back. It was a local event 3 days ago at 3:03 a.m. Nobody's talking about it. Not the media, not the government, nobody. But I was there. I've got proof! This ain't no atmospheric phenomenon or weather balloons. I'm watching you. People who roasted me for calling a pony balloon a UFO! Anyway, we saw this in 2003 over the northern hemisphere. What happened then? Months later, mass wildlife mutations began. No one connected the dots, but I did! And now, in 2025, they're appearing on the exact same day anomalous UV radiation spikes were reported. Coincidence? I don't think so! This is all tied to the CS23 pandemic. CAS-23 ain't a disease. It's a weapon! Look at the symptoms! Skin peeling, blisters, rashes. Sound familiar? Just like the dead animals in '03! They're watching us like we're some zoo exhibit, and they've been doing it for years! Stay alert. Don't trust official broadcasts, and for the love of whatever's left on this planet, if those lights appear again, don't stand directly under them. You don't know how to react. Well, as y'all can see, I don't think I would do well as a conspiracy theorist. This is why I'm not invited to any of those freaking podcasts. Nah. You turn off the screen and drop your phone on the nightstand, staring at the ceiling. At the time, trying to reach him, and he was out there, making some shitty video for his followers while his ex-wife died in a hospital bed. My life's a joke. You glance out of the room, specifically at the box on your desk. You get up and walk straight to it without hesitation, running your fingers along the edge before opening it. Bam! A sound from outside makes you jump, snapping you back to reality. Curious about the noise, you peek discreetly out the window. Outside, right at your neighbor's gate, a girl is screaming her lungs out. Mom! Open up! Netta, you're going to leave me alone out here? You didn't even let me grab my charger! Domestic violence was a daily occurrence with these neighbors, so it doesn't even surprise you anymore. You just ignore the scene and instead look up at the sky. You hope to see the orbs your father mentioned, but nothing. Not even a single star. Damn light pollution. What a letdown. You crawl back into bed and burrow under the covers. You need to sleep. Tomorrow, you have to go to work, like a good little cog in a machine, or you don't get to eat. Because your mother died. But the world won't stop for you. Ooh. Can you really wake up to this? Ah! I knew it! You crash onto the floor like a sack of potatoes. The hell was that? An explosion? Did you dream it? You're twisted up like a contortionist, but you're not in the mood to get up. Well, something else of mine is in the mood to get up. You close your eyes again, ready to fall into Morpheus's arms. Hello? Who's screaming? The hell was it? You rub your eyes, trying to clear your vision. You check the clock. 8:30 a.m. Ah, shit. You spring upright like someone shoved a rocket up your ass, throwing on the first clothes you find. You bolt out the door. If you could fly, you'd already be airborne, but no, you're condemned to the ground in public transport, so you sprint towards the train station. The second you step outside, you bump into one of your neighbors, Donna Mary. Apparently, the entire block, except you, were outside because of what happened. Ah, Camila! Sophia! Where did those girls run off to? You tried to slip past her unnoticed, moving slowly. Mia! Did you feel the quake? Hear that scream? Why didn't you come out? You sigh in resignation. Nothing gets past Donna Mary. No, I didn't hear it. You lie. Oh, it was awful. I thought it was a cat, but it was Donna Lupe. Donna Ophelia, the self-appointed neighborhood sheriff, starts approaching when she hears the conversation. Emma joined. Mary, I already heard about the neighbors. They say that old man started foaming at the mouth and attacked Donna Lupe. Sweet Jesus! And then, why am I suddenly Italian? The cops took him. And my son drove into the hospital in his truck because there's no ambulance available. That man was feral. He even bit Don Pasquale. I should probably stop trying to, I should probably stop trying with the accents. Remembering the girl from last night, you glance at the neighbor's house. A trail of blood stains the sidewalk. Oh, can you believe it? My granddaughter says she heard Donna Lupe kick her daughter out last night. And look at this. The bald bastard didn't even wait a day to start the music. I'm sorry, it's just, I don't know why I'm defaulting to Italian. I can't remember what Spanish people sound like, nor like Hispanic people in general. But wasn't that man sick? Oh no, you can't trust anyone these days. Poor girl. Curiosity eats you alive, but you can't stay. Sorry, gotta go. I'm late for work. You see the women's surprised faces as you rush past, but they don't say anything. You're already running. Oh, that girl. I was just about to offer her something to eat. Probably busy with her mom. What with her being on her last. Car spares no one. Poor thing. Sorry I'm late, but I'm coming. You text your boss, but for some reason, your internet is slower than usual, and the message doesn't send. As people board and settle in, you glance around. A young woman's holding a child. The kid seems fine, but something's off about her. Her skin is pale and irritated, veins slightly raised. Her eyes are sunken, glassy and yellowish. Am I dealing with a zombie outbreak? An alien zombie outbreak? Is that Cast 23? No, doesn't look like that. Either way, she looks like hell. And not a single person is bothering to offer her a seat. You check your phone anxiously. Your message still hasn't sent. Ugh, they're definitely gonna dock my pay. You tuck your phone away with a sigh, glancing sideways. Something in the back of the train car catches your attention. A fight? Then you hear it again. That same eerie sound from this morning. Only now, it's not followed by just a tremor. This time, it's an earthquake. What the hell? Oh my god! Also, they really weren't kidding about the flashing lights. I'm going to need to go back to actually fix this real quick. Hang on a moment. Everything shakes violently, your vision distorting, like the world's being broadcast through a corrupted signal. Hello? You know, I think we're fine. That wasn't that bad of a crash. Right? I might be wrong. I think I'm very wrong. This is a very long transition. Hello? Hello? Am I waiting for something? You don't know how long you were out, but eventually, you come back to your senses. The air is thick, saturated with the metallic scent of blood filling the train car. Well, thankfully we had all those bodies to cushion our fall. There's blood on your clothes. You can't tell if it's yours, or that guy, or the other guy. You're gasping for air. You look down and you see the people, or what's left of them, piled on top of you. That's the least of your problems when you see what's happening a few feet away. The mother who was holding her child earlier is now sinking her teeth into the small body like a starved animal. I'm gonna stay still. I'm gonna stay still. The train car lights flicker, so use the shadows to stay perfectly still. She doesn't seem to notice you. Outside, chaos erupts. Some people flee, while others try to restrain the attackers. A few attempt to help. Restrain these motherfuckers! God, what's wrong with them? A man shouts as he struggles to pin someone down. There's still people inside. Come on, open the doors. This one bit me! He bit me! Seeing the commotion on the platform, the woman lets out an inhuman shriek and lunges towards the crowd in one leap. But her charge is abruptly stopped by a blunt impact. You can't see the face behind the helmet, but a guy has just smashed her with a guitar case. Fucking hell. He mutters at the scene. Help! You try to drag yourself out so he can see you, but it's useless. A sharp pain shoots through your knee. Suddenly, the weight on you lessens, but an involuntary sigh leaves your lips. Easy there. I got you. The platform has become hell incarnate. While the restraint breaks free, shoving his captor aside before sinking teeth into his jugular. Around him, at least 3 others start thrashing, drooling, growling. Among the wounded, some convulse violently, while others begin vomiting a black substance. The guy lifts you the moment you're free. He carries you out of the train car, but freezes when he sees the chaos blocking the stairs. Damn it! No choice. He has to go through it. Gathering all of his courage, he charges up the stairs, dodging people in his path. Luckily, no one follows. Once outside, he beelines for a motorcycle parked near the station. He plops you unceremoniously onto the back seat and yanks off his helmet, gasping for air. His chest heaves. Oh, hello there! Now you see him clearly for the first time. Pale, young, with blue eyes and long black hair. A stranger, yet something about him feels familiar. Thank you? Toman. He turns to face you, and suddenly, silence. The intense stare locks onto yours. You have no clue why he's looking at you like that, but the surprise in his eyes is unmistakable. Probably because you're shaking like a leaf about to snap. Actually... Oh. Well, I guess that's lights out for us. For hours, your consciousness flickers like a dying light bulb. Somebody, help her! Move! If she's not critical, we can't treat her now. Find another clinic. Who the hell are you? What? This is my house! Oh, get out! God damn it. Pick up! When you finally wake properly, sunset stains the sky blood orange and gold. Where am I? Your palms press through rough wood. The day's last warmth kisses your face. The guy stands nearby, phone pressed to his ear. Dozens of survivors huddle around. Some seated, some frantically calling loved ones. Most are just shell-shocked. Hey, get up. You groan as he tries sitting up. His head snaps towards you, and he kneels beside you, so fast his knees crack. Easy there. Don't move too much. You're hurt. You notice empty medical wrappers and makeshift bandages littering the ground. The pain is monstrous, but at least the bleeding stopped. Thought about taking you home, but figured that'd be creepy. Who are you? Ray. My name's Ray. Raymondo, actually, but I'll spare you the syllables. Do I know you? Dunno, Lion. Maybe we met somewhere. Your shock must be priceless. You actually forgot how to speak. Saw your name on your ID, for the record. Great photo, by the way. Despite your condition, your face burns, remembering the awful ID picture. You instinctively reach for your wallet. He laughs, already holding it in his hand. Is stealing wallets normal for you, Ray? Only when there's something worth stealing. Sorry to disappoint, then. Yeah. Felt bad and left you a 20. That smirk might as well have said broke bitch. He hands you back your wallet. You can't help but laugh, even though it feels like your ribs might crack from the effort. My knees hurt like hell. Makes sense. I had to amputate you. You jerk upright in a panic. Check your leg. Still there. Asshole! Sorry. The sunset's last light flickers, then vanishes. That's when you hear it again. That noise. The goddamn sound. But this time, something else comes with it. It comes from above, from the sky, accompanying lights brighter than ever. Brighter than in your father's pathetic video, too. You feel like the universe itself is holding its breath, like God is staring right at you. I feel like being at peace is a terrible thing here. I will be scared. We're gonna die, aren't we? Ray stays silent, but takes your hand. Will it hurt? No answer. Just his fingers threading through yours. You don't pull away. Around you, people sob, scream, pray. Others stand frozen. A few even film it. You see every loved one's face. Your mother, your father, Lilith, Hermie. You stop fighting, and you just close your eyes. At least, I didn't die alone. The sound crescendos, a choir of mouthless voices, something inhuman stirring awake. You glimpse the lights thrashing in spiral patterns, a frenzied whirlpool. Then, gone. The hell was that? Nearby, a man projectile vomits before collapsing, hands clamped over his mouth. We need to get out of here. While others stood gawking at the vomiting man with morbid curiosity, you and Ray had no intention of sticking around. He plops his helmet onto your head. The motorcycle roars to life. You peel away without looking back, cutting through the city, clinging to normalcy, clueless about what's coming. Ray carries you inside your apartment and deposits you on the couch. The door's a real bitch to open, huh? Yeah, gotta ask the landlord to fix it. Gets worse every week. He tucks a cushion under your elevated leg. The pressure eases slightly. Thanks. An awkward silence stretches until Ray checks his phone. Still no service. I guess I should head out. Oh. Right. My helmet? Obviously, you just borrowed it, you dumbass! You yank it off and toss it to him, but before he can leave. Woo. Yes! Yes! Yeah! Yes! 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 Earthquakes, cannibal freaks, skylights. You don't know what's happening out there, but you know one thing. You don't want to be alone. I know we just met, but stay? Just for tonight? Don't get the wrong idea. It's probably not safe out there. He hesitates, eyes flicking to the urn on the table. Then, a slow nod. All right. I'll park the bike in the garage. Sure. He opens the front door, and before either of you can say another word, bang! 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 Ray slams the door shut and hits the deck. You're right beside him. The shots are too close, so you end up throwing yourself onto the floor too. Not like you lived in the nicest neighborhood. Gunshots weren't exactly rare. Hello? Where? You both lie there until the silence returns, staring at the ceiling with hollow expressions. I've got a spare room. I'll sleep in the bathtub if I have to. The nervous laughter that follows is borderline hysterical. Then your stomach growls. Loudly, you clap a hand over it, cheeks burning. Sorry, I haven't eaten since yesterday. What? With everything that happened? Well, nobody freaking warned me it was doomsday. The dark-haired guy looks at you with pity and quickly helps you back onto the couch. You can't just sit there starving. I'll make you something. Meat or no meat? Meat. Meat it is. Thanks. Fine. I'll see what I can do. While he's in the kitchen, you scroll through your phone. The internet's slower than a constipated turtle, but you manage to catch glimpses of information. Shaky videos of skylights, competing with clips of collapsing buildings and fleeing crowds. Reports mention explosions, blackouts, and streets closed without explanation, and nothing about the cannibals? Amidst it all, some cringy anime edit. Dinner's ready. I have no idea how they got there. You better close the app, face burning. He chuckles, but says nothing. Guess someone didn't prep for the apocalypse. Made do with what you had. You devour the chorizo potatoes, making up for a full day's missed meals as Ray eats beside you. To break the silence, you turn on the TV. The government has declared a state of emergency following recent seismic activity. Residents should avoid collapse risk areas and shelter in place. Meteorological authorities attribute the lights to electrical charges from tectonic friction. No mentions of the sound. Well, it's not like they can announce a creepy chorus appearing out of nowhere. Think they're hiding it? Maybe. Maybe they're just clueless. You look down at your blood-stained clothes, both your own and others. You feel filthy. Gotta take a shower, then I'm going to sleep. Take my room. Down the hall to the right. I'll use my mom's. Good night. No, thanks. Good night. Clean and exhausted, you collapse onto your mother's bed. The emptiness returns as her scented belongings surround you. that feeling you can't name and don't want to examine. You close your eyes, seeking refuge in sleep. Today was enough. Man, that went hard fast. The first thing you wake up to in the next morning was the sound of someone in the kitchen. You open your eyes, every bruise from yesterday making itself known. You take a moment to groan before dragging yourself towards the dining area. 12 p.m., announces the wall clock. Ray stands focused at the stove, cooking something that smells incredible. Maybe you should scare him? No! No! I announced my present! But it would be funny! It would be funny! I mean, who am I to ignore the voices in my head? Who am I to ignore the whims of my whimsy? I listen! Don't even try it. I didn't even make a sound! He abandons the 2 plates of hot breakfast to steady you. What can I say? My sixth sense tingles when a gremlin's nearby. Ah, screw you! Gremlin? I prefer goblin, thank you! Don't witches usually cast spells? Unless articulate torsion counts as enchantment. I can't endorse that title. Articulate torsion, what? I cast disable autonomic breathing! God, I hate you. You both laugh. Even as you curse him, he guides you to a chair. You shouldn't be walking yet. Hungry? I made pancakes. You sit down, and Ray quickly brings the plates to the table, remaining silent. As he brings the plates over, an awkward silence settles. You turn on the TV. Watch the news. 18 hours since the sky phenomenon and 28 since the quakes shook multiple regions. Many citizens attempt to resume daily life. However, reports show increased panic attacks and isolated violent incidents. Sir, what can you tell us about your experience these past hours? Truth is, we don't know what's happening. Yesterday, our house nearly collapsed. We had to stay outside while Silver Protection checked it. That's when we saw the lights. Was your house severely damaged? Well, they're all houses. They cleared us to return by morning. But at night, we heard screams. Something off. Probably just stress, you know? Not everyone's been so lucky. I see. You have a backpack. Where you headed? To work. Life goes on, no? Even if the sky's falling, man's gotta earn his bread, miss. God ain't coming down to fix our lives. You heard it here. Despite the disaster, our country's reality forces many to resume normal life to put food on the table. Thank you, capitalism. Even when the world's ending, we're all screwed. What's the point? Authorities continue assessing damages. Remember to stay calm, follow emergency protocols, and avoid spreading panic-inducing rumors. I'm Jackie Rodriguez, TZMG News. Your eyebrows shoot up, recognizing the reporter. Wasn't she Donna Mary's daughter? Yeah, whatever. You focus on breakfast. At first, indifferent, but then the flavor hits you. The flavor? These pancakes. They taste exactly like the ones you used to make with Mom. Bite after bite, you savor the unexpected comfort. The small return to something lost. You want to ask, but Ray is miles away, pale, staring at his phone. The phone. Hello? Earth to Ray? Huh? Yeah? You okay? You look like you just saw a ghost. Curious, you peek at his phone, just to catch a social media feed. He quickly swipes away, locks the screen, and shoves it in his pocket. It's nothing. Was just scrolling. You got service? No signal, but the Wi-Fi is kind of working. You eye him suspiciously, but it cuts you off before you can pry further. I'll hit the store, get your supplies before I go. Don't bother. Go home. Your family's worried. Well, they're probably worried sick. Ray sets his fork down carefully. The silence stretches just a beat too long. Not really. Dad bailed when I was a kid. Mom dumped me the first chance she got, so I'm flying solo. Used to live with my girlfriend, but she's not around anymore. Your eyes go all soft on him, which just makes that smirk bloom as he flicks your forehead like you're a dumb kid. Quit it. I'm not some rescue pup. If you're going out, I'm coming. You can barely walk. Stay put. I'm fine. I just got some bruises. Cockroaches like me don't die easy. He huffs a laugh through his nose, the smile not quite reaching his eyes. Whatever you say, Miss Vince. Well, fuck. Before you stretches the most ridiculous checkout line you've ever seen. And this is just a normal grocery store, not some Black Friday madhouse. You and Ray share a look that says, "You seen this shit?" But with empty cupboards back home, you resign yourself to the chaos. I saw it first! Give me that toilet paper! Hey, oh man! It's the last pack of Bum Bunny Ultra Soft, bitch! Hands up! Two grown adults are fistfighting over toilet paper again? While the idiots wrestle over nothing, tall boy Ray sneaks by and grabs the goods. His hand snakes up to grab the actual last package, wedged in the back of the top shelf like a hidden treasure. He puts a finger to his lips, drops in the cart, and keeps walking like nothing happened. Groceries, meds, and cleaning supplies. Check. Ray even threw in a gansito for a good measure. Now for the final boss. The checkout line. 5 minutes. 10. Someone cheers in the distance, hoisting their hard-won Bum Bunny Ultra Soft like a trophy. 30. Your legs throbbing. 45. 3 hours. 6 p.m. stares back from your watch. I'm done! Move, lady! A man shoves his cart aside and bolts from the store. The crowd watches in shock. Then, like lemmings, they follow. You look at Ray. He looks at you. That grin says it all. Cling to good values. You join the looters. Oh! Oh! Cling to good values. Ooh! I could be evil! I'ma be evil! Ray, run! Sharp right! Sharp right! The security guard tries to block them, but you two swerve in perfect sync like you've been grocery cart heisting your whole lives. You're white-knuckling the cop, both of you howling with laughter as Ray pushes like a man possessed. The wind whips your face, and for one glorious second, your knee pain vanishes. Ray whoops like a kid on a sugar high. Look! No hands! What do you mean, no hands, you psycho? You'll kill me! For a delirious moment, you imagine him grabbing a power-up star, totally invincible and unstoppable. But reality crashes back. One life, no respawns. Ray! He's deaf to your screams. Ray belongs to me now. I'm going to regret this. God, I'm going to regret this choice. For a heartbeat, it's just laughter and absurdity. You and Ray rolling through the streets with a stolen grocery cart. That lady really treated toilet paper like the holy grail of clean asses. You really want to smell like sewer when the world ends? I could just use a bidet! I could just use a bidet! Please don't tell me that Spain... Okay, wherever this visual novel takes place in, whichever Hispanic country this visual novel takes place in, y'all don't got bidets. Yeah, please! Touché. You're still chuckling as you near your street. The flickering streetlights your only company. That's when you notice it. The eerie stillness, the dark houses, the silence, so thick it buzzes in your ears. Too quiet, huh? Yeah, but Donna Ophelia's always watching. Probably nothing. Yet her dogs aren't barking. Weird. You hear a few light taps that distract you. It's Mary, peeking through her curtains. Mouth moving, but you can't hear, so you try to read her lips. Pobre. Pobre? Guess I wasn't the only one checking your wallet. Ray jokes. But you're fixated on her frantic gestures, her mouth repeating. She seems to be talking in Spanish. Pobre, tore, cobre. Then you pass Donna Ophelia's and the cart clangs against something. A metal cane. Ray bends to grab it, while you continue to watch Donna Mary, who seems even more terrified. Ray takes the cane from her hand, and then catches the horror inside Donna Ophelia's house. Her dogs lie motionless in a slick pool of blood, shaped snow, people hunched over her. The jerky, unnatural movements, hunched, ripping, tearing her apart. Corre! No joke this time. Ray is already moving. This time, it wasn't a game. It was a matter of life and death. You leap from the cot as your knees scream and fumble with your keys. Open the damn door! You try to open the door with your key, but the damn thing gets stuck again and won't turn. Don't do this to me now. You struggle over and over until the keys fall from your hands. The creatures emerge from Donna Ophelia's house, running after you. Open it with force! Determined, you bend down and pick up the key once more. Leave it! We have to go! You try again and again, but nothing works. Ray tries to pull you along, and you feel your injured legs give way. You let out a scream, hearing your knee crack internally. I thought the train wreck was done with you! Not so invincible after all. You didn't even have time to run. Oh! Teeth sink into your flesh. Blood begins to leave your veins. And soon, the Cas VV makes you move to find a new victim. If only you could turn back time. Okay! I like games that do this. I really like games that do that. Okay, fumble your key, open a damn door. Yeah. I keep running! There's no time. Adrenaline takes over, and you begin running in a frantic race alongside Ray. Your breathing is ragged, heavy. Each step seems to cost a little more. Crack? You scream again as your knee cracks internally. You fall to the ground, scraping your hands and knees. Ray doesn't hesitate. He lifts you up, practically throwing you into the shopping cart before taking off at full speed. This way! A girl's voice cuts through the air. She's at her door with Donna Mary, who's holding a broom. Quick! Get inside! Ray runs towards them, just as the creature's footsteps sound dangerously close, barging through the doorway like a stampede. Both of you crash into the house. Mary slams the door shut. Help me! A younger girl tries in vain to drag furniture towards the entrance. Ray immediately rushes to assist her. Outside, desperate blows pound against the door until suddenly they stop, leaving only a monstrous silence behind. Once the movement outside ceases, Ray hurries to you, carrying you to the nearest couch. You writhe in agony with every movement, gripping your knee so hard you might dig your fingers in. The kneecap is dislocated. You want to scream, but fear of those things returning stops you. Mary goes inside and quickly returns with an ice pack, which she places on your knee. Ya, mija, va a estar bien. Todo va a estar bien. I can't speak Spanish. She sits beside you and hugs you, stroking your hair and face in a somewhat rough but sincere manner. You just tremble, unsure if it's from pain or the comfort her touch brings. Yeah? Several hours pass since the attack, but no one dares speak. The only constant sound is the faint tick, tick, almost imperceptible. That always seems to accompany Mary. Ray has been glued to the window crack for far too long, gripping a pipe wrench he found under the sink. Guess they're gone. And he guessed right, but apparently, they weren't the only ones who had experienced something like this. Police sirens in the distance confirmed something was happening outside. The older girl turns on the television, and when her grandmother scolds her with a look, she defends herself. I wanted to see if Mom was on TV. Mary softens, placing a hand on her shoulder. It's okay. It's okay, honey. Let's see what they're saying. There has been a significant increase in criminal acts. The streets show looting and clashes between civilians. I don't regret it, because the shopping cart came in handy. We recommend the population remain indoors and stay calm. The images showed a man being subdued by a police officer amid the looting. He had traces of a black substance around his mouth and yellow eyes. You look at Ray, but the recognition on his face says it all. He's thinking the same thing. Donna Mary, meanwhile, eyes the shopping cart they brought with them. Honey, you shouldn't do these things even in the worst of times. Your mother wouldn't like to see you stealing. You lower your gaze, feeling like a scolded puppy. I'm sorry, but it came in handy. My leg don't work like they used to. That's not it, ma'am. We were all in line to pay, but everyone started running and I ran too. She scrutinized Ray. Even without her glasses, her bad boy radar was going haywire at his appearance. And you, don't go putting ideas in this girl's head, eh? She's not alone. I know your type well. They promise you the heavens, but you end up eating dirt. I'll be honest. He looks like trouble, but he's got a golden heart, Mary. The old woman's expression softened at your words. Oh, forgive me, mija, but if you don't correct them early, they turn out worse. I only scold because I care for him. So you're saying you like him too? Un gansito! The little girl was rummaging through the cart. You can have it. She looked to her grandmother for approval, then grabbed it with a smile and ran off. Oh, what happened to you, mija? Why's your leg hurt? You told Donna Mary everything since yesterday morning. The accident, the woman, the injured, the lights in the sky. We saw them too. First the sickness, now this. I think God's announcing the end times again? He must be tired of all the evil and suffering in this world. Oh, man, now I'm just wishing that this was real. And speaking of suffering, how's your mom doing? She asked innocently. Of course she didn't know. He hadn't told anyone. She's fine. They're taking care of her at the hospital. You lie. Ray watches from his spot, arms crossed. His expression is unreadable. We should put this food away before it spoils. Can we use your fridge, Mom? Yes. Go ahead, mijo. He quickly gets up, taking the car to the kitchen, but soon returns for you. Lion, come help me. Oi, muchacho! Don't worry, Donna Mary. It's fine. I'll carry her. He smiles and lifts you in his arms, carrying you to the kitchen, where he sets you on the counter. He peers discreetly into the living room, confirming the others are distracted by the news. Thanks. Don't mention it. I know when someone needs an escape from tough conversations. He begins putting groceries away as you sit in silence. So, golden heart, huh? You both chuckle softly. You gaze out the window at the darkened neighborhood, the same streets you've always known, now feeling as dangerous as being unarmed in the jungle. Distant police sirens, even fire trucks wail in the distance. You're not sure what's happening out there, but one thing's for certain. This is just the beginning. At bedtime, Donna Mary gives you and Ray blankets, offering her living room as makeshift sleeping quarters. Darkness blankets your rest, and judging by the silence, everyone else's too. Everyone, except Ray. He stares at the ceiling, soundless, while your consciousness remains adrift in dreams. Without hesitation, he slips to your side, kneeling before your sleeping form. For a moment, he just watches you. In his eyes, the greatest tenderness he's never voiced fights through a storm of conflicting emotions, revealing pure longing. I can't believe it's really you. After everything, you're still you. His whisper carries a forgotten intensity as he brushes his lips against the corner of yours. Imperfect circumstances. But you were here, and that was enough. His thumb traces your cheekbone. I saw your mom's ashes yesterday. I'm so sorry. She was a good woman. Kind. Even to someone like me. Finally, he pulls back, withdrawing his touch, like he's lost the privilege. Sleep easy, boo. Whatever comes tomorrow. He takes a step back, then another, moving away from you. This time, I promise, I won't let anyone take you away from me. He retreats to his sofa, silence reclaiming the room. But his promise remained. Wait, day 3? I thought that was the end of the demo. Ho! The city fell silent that morning, the kind of quiet that follows a storm. Ray, just like the night before, peered through the crack in the window. They're hiding from the sun. Vampires, maybe? It sounded like a joke, but at this point, anything was possible. Looks like zombies to me. The kind that eats plants? Ray shot her a blank look before turning his eyes to you. How are you feeling? Scrapes, cuts, a knee that's definitely seen better days. You return the same blank stare. Right. Stupid question. Language! Sorry. Any news? On the internet, some are organizing relief centers. Others are posting tutorials on how to make weapons out of sticks and nails. Lots of people say they first saw the others right after the first trumpet sounded. Everyone's arming themselves. This is getting real. You glance around. It's a humble home, but the windows are tightly barred with metal sheets. Ah, Latin America. Never a dull moment. We should go back to my place. Ray seems to consider it for a second, but quickly shakes his head. We don't know if it's safe out there. We're staying put for now. We? Oh, don't lump me in with you. I can't make it back. Even with your legs swollen to twice its size, you try to stand up with what you hope looks like dignity, but the second you put some weight on it, you crumple. He catches you before you hit the floor. All you can do is stare down, frustrated. Even if you could, I am not letting you risk getting bitten by some half-rotten asshole on the way. Language! You know he's right. You know you should stay still, but your pride is clawing its way up your throat, fighting the helplessness of depending on someone else. A feeling that only gets worse when the guy with the dark hair offers you painkillers from his pocket. You snatch them from his hand, reluctant. Since when are you my babysitter? Since you stopped being able to walk. You bite your tongue, too frustrated to reply. Does anyone else live here with you, Donna Mary? My husband passed years ago. My daughter, well, she lives far away for work. Ray lets out a sigh, his eyes drifting towards the entrance, still barricaded with the cabinet he pushed there the day before. We're in this together now. You don't answer. You just lean back, helpless, and let the painkillers do their work. The noise from the street has faded for now. For a moment, you rest. Day 4! It rained during the night, leaving the streets flooded with murky puddles that mirrored the crumbling buildings and abandoned cars. The power's been flickering for hours, blackouts coming and going like a bad omen. Grandma? Why hasn't Mommy come back? Donna Mary pressed her lips, as if the words were stuck in her throat. She must be very busy with everything that's happening, me Nina. Until then, I'll take care of all of us, okay? Carmilla lowered her head, her eyes clouded with a sadness too heavy for a child. Then She turned on the TV. Overnight, unverified videos started circulating online showing what nursing staff are calling the others roaming inside the hospital facilities. This is Abel Torres, reporting from TZMG's main studio. We're joined now by two experts to help us understand what might be happening to these individuals. Dr. Moisey Vasquez, epidemiologist, and Dr. Miranda Soto, specialist in autoimmune diseases. Doctors, what's your take on this? What do you believe this illness affecting the others could be? What we're observing may be a mutation of what's been called collagen estrase syndrome, which has affected the population since 2023. As we know, Cas23 is a condition that attacks collagen structure in adults, causing skin lesions, accelerated aging, and loss of tissue elasticity. There's a clear degenerative pattern on the skin and connective tissue. With all due respect, doctor, that doesn't explain the violent behavior. We're seeing reports of aggressive reactions, high pain tolerance, and severe neurological deterioration. This looks closer to a brain infection, possibly prion-related. A prion? Forgive my ignorance, doctor, but could you explain what that is? Of course, unlike viruses or bacteria, a prion isn't alive. It's a misfolded protein that causes other proteins in the brain to misfold as well. Basically, it's a chain reaction of brain destruction. No DNA, no RNA, just a defective structure that replicates its own error, like a corrupted copy, and that slowly destroys brain tissue. But the dermatological pattern is still present. We're seeing skin degradation, allergic reactions, lesions identical to classic Cas23. Yes, but also extreme aggression, loss of self-awareness, erratic movement. Cas doesn't cause that. This is a central nervous system invasion. Doctors, please! I know this is complex, but let's try to calm down for our viewers. My apologies. I just believe we shouldn't downplay this. It is not a skin disease. There's an alarming behavioral transformation happening. And all I'm saying is we can't ignore the similarities to Cas. If we dismiss it, we might miss key clues. Understood. One last question for both of you. Is this contagious? We don't have any solid proof yet, but if it is contagious, it could spread through direct contact. We can't rule out airborne transmission either. And if it is a prion, transmission would be more complicated, but not impossible. It could persist in tissue, blood, even on surfaces. What if it's neither Cas nor a prion? Then we're facing something completely new. Something we haven't even named yet. Donna Mary listened to the report, her eyes fixed on the floor, full of dread. God protect us, my children. May God protect us. Ray sat beside you and placed his hand on your shoulder. You didn't look at him. You were still staring at your wounded leg. No one left the house that day, but the noise outside grew louder, and so did the fear. Oh, damn! Donna Mary was already up, preparing the meal for that day, while Camila swept dust from the corners of the room. How are you feeling, honey? I still can't walk. The older woman stepped into her small backyard and cut a piece of aloe vera. She began applying it gently to your knee, wrapping it carefully with a clean cloth. Is my mom on around this time? The girl's voice cuts through the quiet. Donna Mary nodded softly, and Camilla turned up the volume on the TV. Amidst the chaos, local communities have begun organizing temporary shelters to aid the injured, as hospitals remain overwhelmed or completely inaccessible. We go now to our correspondent, Jackie Rodriguez, who is at one of these shelters. Jackie, what can you tell us? Thanks, Abel. What started as displacement due to structural risk has turned into a full-blown nightmare for many. We're receiving consistent reports of attacks by what witnesses describe as sick, out-of-their-mind individuals or something outright inhuman. Personally, we've been here since 9 a.m. and haven't seen anyone matching those descriptions, but the stories and videos circulating online are too consistent to ignore. Next, we'll speak with some of those affected. Back in the house, a deafening boom ripped through the air. Eyes snapped from the screen towards the barred windows. A massive cloud of smoke and fire boomed in the distance, swallowing part of the sky, close enough to hear, far enough that the shockwave didn't shatter the window. What was that? Sweet, merciful God! Neither of you knew what it was. A gas line? A station? A bomb? One thing was clear. The world outside had become a hostile place. And as all of you stared at a world falling apart in real time, the TV droned on in the background. Thank you for your report, Jackie. Now, breaking news. Local authorities have announced a curfew starting at 6 p.m. Everyone must remain indoors after that time. The power went out. This is genuinely terrifying. Your phone's battery is about to die. Hey, Cammy, can I borrow your charger? Coming! The girl went to her room and came back, handing you the cable. Maybe it was habit or the threat of losing power for good, but you plugged it in using Camilla's charger, a pink monstrosity covered in heart stickers. You set it aside, staring at the ceiling, and then your phone vibrates. An unknown number. Frowning, you slide your finger to unlock it. I'm so sorry, kid. I knew this would happen sooner or later. That's why I stayed away. Get to the outskirts of the city. Stay away from stagnant water. And if a man ever finds you and asks about me, tell him I abandoned you years ago. Don't try to text back. I borrowed this phone from a corpse. I won't contact you again, but if you ever need to say something, use a shortwave radio. Tune it to 1.4 megahertz at 3:33 a.m. I'll be listening. I love you. And I loved your mother too. Never forget that. I'm sorry for everything I put you through. P.S. The part about the water is serious. It is not a joke. You could really get sick. Your hands tremble. You coward. Now you care? What's wrong? You shake your head. Despite your inner conflict, you almost ran to tell Ray. Almost. Because you can't. Fortunately, you can't see him from where you're sitting. He's standing by the patio door, a cigarette dangling from his lips. Ray! Yeah? I have a signal. When he hears your words, you can see Ray stop himself from sprinting over right away, cigarette still in his mouth. He catches himself, puts it out, and then starts moving. The smell makes you cough, and you cover your nose with a disgusted look. That's a shitty habit, ain't it? Everyone has their own way of dealing with anxiety. Couldn't just pick up a book instead or something? You say it with a reproachful tone and a scrunched up face. He just lets out a short, amused breath through his nose and smiles as he walks over to you. Wait, you're saying you have service? My stupid dad texted me. Your dad? Let me see. For a moment, almost imperceptibly, his shoulders relaxed, and a faint smile, full of relief, crossed his face. God, that's good news. Huh? You know him? Your words made him react sharply, erasing all emotions from his face. No, I meant the signal. Can I call someone? You nod. He immediately dials a number and puts the phone to his ear. I have a feeling this is not going to go well. That's 3 rings. I don't think you're getting them. I don't think they're going to pick up. Because I don't think they've got... Well, actually, considering it's ringing means that a signal is getting through. Because if they aren't connected, like, it won't even ring in the first place, right? Pretty sure. Nothing? The number you have dialed is not available. Man! But he didn't give up. He dialed again. The silence stretched for minutes as he called over and over until he finally hangs up, lowering his head. Doesn't look like they're answering. I'm sorry. Don't be. It was to be expected. It was obvious that in a situation like this, Not everyone would get so lucky. No tears fell from his eyes, but the deep sadness he felt was written plainly across his face, in the set of his jaw, the slump of his shoulders. He wanted to say something, but he didn't linger. He just walked back out to the patio, picked up his cigarette, right where he'd left it. You didn't know who he had been trying to call, but it must have been someone important. Mary had gotten up to use the bathroom when the crack of gunfire shattered the night silence, jolting you awake. Get down, now! It felt like deja vu, pressing yourself against the floor beside him once again, but the situation left no room for hesitation. Get away from the living room! She shouted from the hallway, crawling on her hands and knees towards the girls' room. You and Ray followed, dragging yourselves across the floor. This time, the gunshots and screams outside didn't stop until sunrise. Even then, you all stayed hidden until well into the afternoon. Looks like they broke into the house across the street last night. Peering through a crack in the window, he saw several bodies hanging from the neighbor's balcony. It was impossible to tell if it was suicide, lynching, or something worse. Loot us? He turned back, his eyes meeting yours before shifting towards the girls. Without a word, he closed the curtains. Later that day, you tried to get online, hoping to find some sort of update, but nothing. No signal, no news, just silence. It's gone. No post, no news. Donna Mary walked towards the modem. All the lights were blinking, except the one for internet, which, well, it was completely dark. Maybe my Jackie will say something. Clutching that thin strand of hope, she turned to the TV. Several areas of the city have been cut off due to power outages. As we're seeing now, the streets are... What was that? A flood of frantic footsteps seemed to pour out from nearby building. The camera doesn't show them, but the horror on the reporter's face says it all. Carlos, get in the van! Now! Now! The cameraman did, and Jackie bolted, scrambling into the news vehicle and slamming the door shut. We're inside. I think we're... Fist, or worse, slammed against the van. The camera shook as shadowy figures climbed over the windshield, blotting out the light. Carlos, drive! The van was surrounded. No matter how hard Carlos revved the engine, it wouldn't budge. They're all over us. There! The side window shattered. Screams erupted from inside the van. Carlos struggled wildly as Jackie scrambled uselessly towards the back, clutching the camera, now pointed directly at her terrified face. Mom, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. A disfigured hand suddenly yanked her hair. The camera tumbled sideways, capturing nothing but screams. Jackie! Oh my God, my baby! She cried out, rushing towards the screen in helpless anguish. The girls rushed out of their room the moment they heard their grandmother crying, but Ray was quick to approach them, covering their eyes with his hands. Did we lose the feed? Oh, Dios mío. The anchor stared desperately off camera, searching for direction from his producers. We're going to a break. Please stay at home. Oh shit. What now? Music? They ate? Anything? Did I scare you? Sorry. Well, I guess that means we won't be seeing anything else until the next chapter drops. But anyway, that was Oblivion Blackout. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. And I am definitely in love with the story. It was just terrifying the whole way through. And I'm so excited to see where exactly the developer is going to go with the story. Because yes, although we do have the supposedly obsessed love interest. Like, the focus is more on the terrors of this new world that you find yourselves in, and whether you can even trust this love interest as you move forward. That seems to be the direction this is going, and I am so excited to see where exactly it's going to go once the later chapters are released. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day, and as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.